Okay, we should be live. Been live, but now I should be on camera live. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm doing another live stream so soon. That's uncommon for me, but got a nice package in the mail to check out here. Little piece of information to share with everyone who hasn't heard about it already, just to be safe. I want to make sure everyone knows where we're at with the Digital Monster X version 2. And this is not the Digital Monster X version 2, just to make sure you're aware. I've got that guy over here. You probably already knew that. I've had that for a while now, but most people haven't been able to buy it, so I've got some details to share about that. A box to open up with the Wave 4 of the Digimon original, the Digital Monster version 20th, however you want to call it, whichever branding you want to use. So we're going to be taking a look into that. Whatever is in this box is going to be seen. So let's start with the good stuff, right? Let's start with the box. Let's start with the really exciting part. Is a new Digital Monster version 20th. I say the exciting part, of course, relatively, because a lot of people are very well familiar with the Digital Monster version 20th series already, and probably aren't too thrilled about a new one. I might be one of those people, but new devices are new devices, and new colors are new colors, and I happen to actually like this new color. So I'm going to give this at least one run, see how it goes. Running a DM20 again. It's been a while since I've done that, but let's see. Where's the crease? Crease is right there. But yeah, you probably already know what color I got because I only ever choose one color of device ever. So let's get this going. Let's make sure there's no secret information in here. There's not. Good. Don't want to dox myself. And we'll start off at the back of the box. Look at that. We have the Dino Camouflage, as they're calling it, is headlining this series on the back of the box. And it looks just about like any other Digimon boxes you would expect from the back, but from the front, go ahead and move this out of the way. Bam, there we go. New, fresh design. Rather lovely, I must say. Call back to the original series. The only difference is that this one does not have a flap like the originals did. There used to be a little, in fact, you know what? Why don't I get that? Scoot over right over here so you can directly compare them yourself. Put that up on a shelf. Okay, so side-by-side comparison here. We have obviously the new one on the left, the original on the right, and yeah, they went ahead and made a little window there instead of a flap, which makes sense. A flap is just kind of useless packaging. This does make it a little bit wider than the original though, because the original you open it up, boom, look at that. There's your little Digimon. There's a whole blurb on the left there. Absolutely adorable. Love this box. Super nostalgic. 2 LR44 batteries included down there at the bottom. So I do actually really love the original design. I'm glad they decided to emulate it this way, at least a little bit. It may not be the exact same, but it's enough of a callback that definitely works very much. It's also funny because you notice the Tamagotchi branding is way bigger on that original one. Here it's on the back, just up in the corner, so you'd have to really be looking for it. But let's also compare the back. That's yeah, that's pretty right on. I think that's how the other DM20 boxes are. Do I have any of those nearby? I don't think so. But yeah, very close to how it originally was. We've even got Agumon in both places down here. All the adults right over here. Very yeah, very good replicant, I would say. So we'll get the classic box out of the way for right now. And as you see, I went with the blue camo because obviously that's kind of my favorite color over here. If you've paid attention to me for any amount of time, you probably know that already. So if it's blue, that's what I'm getting. So let's see, we have, yeah, it opens from this side. I always forget that, so I don't know why I put the knife away because I still need it. And let's get that out. This side, yeah, this side. Just slide that on through. Lift the tabs out so I don't damage the box. And there we go, okay. Done with knife for now. And let's take this out. So we have, ooh, manual is actually, is it? No, this is different. The manual originally was a big booklet. And now it's a sheet of paper with all the different languages on it, basic instructions on front, general, more detailed instructions on back. I don't know if this has, no, never mind. That's not more detailed instructions. That's just different languages. So this is it. This is all the instructions you get. Do they give you like a place to go to get more details? Activation, clock, death of Digimons. Is this really it? This is all they tell you? They tell you can go there. I wonder if they have like the English manual online still, because, well, they definitely do, but I wonder if they have a link to it anywhere on here. It doesn't look like it. Is that really all they tell you? Oh my gosh, no wonder you people need online guides. This is all they're giving you. They definitely had a little booklet before. This is different for this wave. At least you get these cute little pictures of, you got Sakumon there and Zubamon there. Cute little artwork, but yeah, they need a link to my website in here, you're right. Oh man. Alright, so device itself, I did not put it in upside down like that Amazon video I shared did, but yeah, this is, if you're familiar with the Xboxes, this looks exactly like that, because in fact I do have an Xbox right here. Not an Xbox, a box of an X. The Xbox is in my garage because I don't use it anymore. There you go. So same idea. Same kind of formatting for the packaging. So the interior portion here, basically identical to the X. Alright, so let's pull this out. And yes, this is the fabled Digimon. Oh my gosh, that looks beautiful. I rather like that. Let me get a good tight zoom on this. Get some focus going in on there. And there you go. This is the ice camo or blue camo, whatever they're calling it today. I gotta double check Bandai's website. And I definitely like it. It's got the nice light blue accents that I always love to have on devices. I think the only thing that I don't care for is the background on this, which, yes, obviously we always get the rolling hills background on the DM20 from the original device, which we can see that with Greymon right there. Hey Greymon. He didn't evolve. Thanks, Greymon, bye. So I would have preferred a different background, like the beach background from the V5 would have worked good on this, but overall the coloring is great. The back is just a grayish blue, so looking at it from any other angle, it's not as impressive, but the front is rather nice. It's got, I guess it would be screen printing. I'm actually surprised they have it inside the frame too. You can see there. I'm impressed that they actually went that far to put it in there. So let's see, the next thing would be to just pull that tab out, right? Digimon 20th, and I can enter my name, but I'm actually not going to do that. I don't know why I even de-tabbed it already, because I'm going to, there's my poker. We're just going to go straight into where I can actually just see a Digimon in action here. So, version 1C, that was the wrong button. Well, there you go, I guess I can show that off. This version 1C, that means it has Coronamon on it. We knew that already, that's already on the guide. Thanks to Pixel Pet Player on Instagram. There we go. So now we've got a little Agumon running around. Screen refresh rate's the same as the other DM20s, which is to say strangely low. We have Tyrannomon over there. And yeah, so let's reset it one more time so we can just load this into normal gameplay. And set the time to anything, it doesn't matter. Alright, there we go. So I know a lot of people are wondering if this would be like at all different from the other DM20 releases in the United States. A lot of people are asking if this would be the version revival. It's not. We knew that it's not. And yeah, I know some people will be bummed about that. It's sad, sure, but it's how it is. So just a normal DM20, nothing more. And not much else to say about it, to be honest with you. It looks like everything that I would expect one to look like. So let's compare the colors, at least, with the other blue DM20s. So we have... let's see, we'll zoom out ever so slightly there. There we go. So here's the original blue. This is a version B, I believe it is. This is Gabumon on it, yeah. No, this is A. This is Agumon on it. Version A, right here. So we have these two. So from the front, obviously very different. From behind, a little bit of a paler blue. It's almost like the gray. Let me get the, I don't have the gray one handy. Let me grab that real quick, too. This is the original Japanese gray, to be specific. So, pretty close to that. Not quite the same. Like, this one's a little bit of a more blue. Definitely more vibrant, but closer. It's I'd say the overall mold is closer to the blue of that original gray. But yeah, so very different from that. We also have the translucent blue, which obviously quite different from that. Very different thing. And then we have our Digital Monster X2 over here. And one thing you'll notice right away, this definitely has a bit of better contrast compared to the X2. That is something that is disappointing. Let's just switch places, make sure that's still the case if they're over here. Well, if I switch places, they're about... I'd say this one's still bold enough. Like, you can't immediately tell there's a difference in contrast on that from over there. But if I push this one over here... I don't know. The background might be doing some work on that too. Either way, I like the screen contrast on this one a little bit better than I do on this one. Ever so slightly. This is not as bad as the original X2s in Japan, though, I'll tell you that right now. So that's this, and I don't think we have anything else really we need to say about this guy. It's a DM20. That's all there is to it, and it is blue, and it's a different color of blue, and it's got Coronamon on it, so this is the back. It says things on it, like this number right here. I don't know what that number is, but all right, so let's put these here real quick for just a bit. We'll just put these guys right in the middle here, and I'm going to adjust the focus, and I'm going to pull up on the screen the other piece of information that we have to go over. And I didn't feel like doing a whole normal news video on this because it's not like a ton of information, and it's also not anything official yet, so not really something worth bringing up, I wouldn't say. So let's just go ahead and grab, where are we? There we are. That window will work. Let me just grab this window that I'm looking at over here and bring it up. Okay, so what we are looking at here, and I'm going to just do some quick sliding around so I could talk about this without it being too visually disinteresting. So this is a box from Hong Kong. This is the Digital Monster X version 2, and this is specifically the XC roster. And this is different from the boxes that it's originally released in, because as you saw, I have my little guy right here. That's him. This is the same box, or not the same box, same device as you're looking at to the left there. But mine came in a box that had a big gold X on it, and the thing is that, or no, sorry, this came in a box that had a big silver X on it, but it was with the Lucemon and Itmon and all the wrong Digimon on it. You'll notice the Digimon that you're looking at there, if I pull up here. So we have Demon on both these boxes, but my box I'm holding here, Gold X. So what does this mean? This is the solution that Bandai has come to, is that rather than fix the devices, which would be a ton of work and not worth it, I promise you, to go in and change the programming of all the devices, rather than do all that, just swapping the boxes around. They're changing up the art, so instead of Demon and Black or Greymon X appearing on a Gold X box, they appear on a Silver X box, and I gotta stop saying X box. It sounds weird when I say it out loud. So yeah, as you can see, this is gray in here. It's got a little picture of Agumon on it, but Agumon's not on this device. Itmon is on that device, and they're just updating the boxes to reflect that. So we have the silver box, and then we also have the gold box there. So actually, yeah, pull that box back over here. So same exact device, but you'll see the branding for which Digimon are in it have all changed around. X packaging would be a great way to say this, Burn. Thank you. So yeah, that's what they're doing. So if you were hoping they would fix the rosters, sorry to disappoint you. It doesn't look like they're going that route. These boxes have only been seen in a Hong Kong seller's website on Facebook. That's the only place I've seen them so far. The name of the website is something or the other. New Cognition Box. I think that's what it's called. Is it called New Cognition Box? Is that really what it's called? I've got the name written down right here. I should have had it up. My bad. But I can just pull that over to this. And F11. Drag that over. F11. There you go. Okay. New Cognition Box. Yes, that is the name of the seller on Facebook. At first, people were like, was that a misspelling of New Condition Box? And no, it's not referring to the condition of the box. That's just the name of the store. So, yeah, they went all in with the change. You can see that it's got the actual necessary device on the back, too. The little gray device there. The previous boxes only used the red or purple devices, so now they're using silver or gray as well, which makes sense because if you look at the bottom, and does the mouse show up? No, but in the very bottom left of that box there, you see two numbers, 41920 and 41926. That's an 8. And bottom of this box, there's 3 numbers because these devices are generally sold. There's 4 different colors, and the 2 different colors they can be show up because there's one box for 2 colors. So this covers both the gray and the red devices. It looks like they're making a unique box for all 4 now, which, great. I don't really have any strong feelings about that, about all the boxes being entirely unique. It kind of feels like Bandai is just like overcorrecting, being like, no, the boxes have nothing inaccurate about them now, because other people might have gotten one and said, oh, the back of the box has a red device on it, but I've got a gray device that I got out of it. So I don't know, they might be overcorrecting, or they just might have chosen to do that for the heck of it. Who knows? So that looks like the solution that we're going to see. Again, I think that's good. I think that's about the best they can do with what they had to work with on this. Funnily enough, I've said it before, I was going to swap the roster on this device anyway. I was going to take out the board and I was going to take out the board from an XC device and put it in the blue one. Now I didn't have to, which is great. They saved me the trouble. I still swapped out the buttons and frame though, because I like the way that looks better. That reminds me, do I think these would look good together? No, they're too close in color. I was hoping that these blue buttons would be nice. What I really want are some nice, like, pure cyan buttons, like how the Nightmare Soldiers device... Don't eat your poop, Gomamon. Stop that. Some nice cyan buttons like the original Nightmare Soldiers device had back in the day, but none of the DM20s or DMXs have that, so I'm holding out hope for the DMX3. Hopefully that will have some pretty buttons that will satisfy what I want, but for now, the light gray is doing me pretty good. I like that just fine. So, yeah. So as for when we can see that box pop up for people to be able to buy, that's definitely the question, and I don't have the answer. So these devices, this is actually related to have these guys here. These ones showed up in Hong Kong, I want to say 2 months ago, if I recall correctly. So they've been in the wild for a while. They just haven't been out in most of the world. I think it was only Hong Kong that they've been released in before this. And so we could probably say, like, in 2 to 3 months, maybe, that the DMX2 might appear if it follows that same line, but can't say that for sure. Don't have a good answer on that, and I don't want to give people false hope if that's the case. So we will see. It could be shorter, it could not be, but it's, yeah, we have no way of knowing. But the thing that's nice is that we at least know something is happening. And I said this on the other stream, this doesn't feel like any kind of elaborate fake to me. There's just too many things that would be really stupid for them to fake on this, like especially the numbers. There's no reason for them to change the numbers if this was a falsified thing, and honestly, it just looks too good. Like, it looks great, and I have no reason to doubt this store isn't legitimate. So it's this is definitely appears to be what's happening. It just has not been officially announced by Bandai yet, and we don't know when it's going to occur. But I know a lot of people were worried since there was radio silence for such a long time. It's like, oh, are they even going to continue it? Yes, they are continuing it. They're just swapping out the boxes. We're going to get them at some point. We just got to keep being patient, and it will come eventually. I'm sorry for everyone else that's been waiting. Australians, you all have been very lucky, and thank you for letting me import from you, because that let me get mine early. So, hopefully everyone can get there soon, because I really love this device. I've been having a lot of fun with it. Check this out. Look at this. You get out of here, other box. We don't need you up anymore. Get out of here. Blocking the view. Let's see, are we zoomed in all the way? All right. So I've been raising a lot of stuff on this. I've got my library a good way to complete, which, fun fact, I have never completed a library on a Digital Monster X device because I reset them all the time for testing purposes, but I'm getting there. I am getting there. I still haven't gotten Duskmon or Velgramon, but I've gotten a lot of the other guys, so I've got quite a few runs that I've gone through at this point, which I'm very happy about. It's been nice to just actually raise this nonstop and not have to worry about testing with it. That's my favorite thing about English devices, is I can't debug them. And since I can't debug them, I have no reason to use them for testing, and I can just play with them, and it's great. It's very nice. My Pendulum Z Deep Savers, unfortunately, I had to debug that, and so I find myself using it for testing, and I will never complete its library fully. I just about did during the battery testing, but yeah, that was about it. So, yeah. So I think that's where we're at right now. Let's see. Does anyone have any questions in chat to go over? I haven't been really watching it super close because I didn't want this to be me rambling and looking at chat the whole time. This is supposed to be somewhat of a news video as well. So if people have questions in chat, feel free to throw them up right now. I'll read back just the last page here and see what else we got. If there's anything specific I should look at. Just lots of people hanging out, having fun. Yeah, great. Yeah, so Oh, thank you. You're welcome for not using autofocus. I do sometimes, depending on the type of stream it is. But yeah, for devices like this, since I'm usually filming at static angles, I don't tend to use autofocus on that. The ones where I do is usually ones where it's like on my face and I can't be constantly looking at the focus levels at the moment. So yeah, it just depends on what kind of stream that it is. Yeah. All right. So I'll give everyone a couple minutes there in case they have anything to ask. In the meantime, let's just see. Have I shown off this yet? I don't think so. Just so you know, if you ever want to work on VPETs, highly recommend this screwdriver kit. This is what I use. I freaking love it. I have it always nearby in everything that I'm doing. This bit right here, important thing to know. If you ever want to take a pet art, your virtual pet, JIS 1-bit. That's what this is. And first you might look at it and be like, well, that's a Phillips. But no, it's a little bit different. It's got much squarer edges on it, which allow it to actually fit the screws much, much better. So I like this set a lot. This is, I think, the Mako on iFixit. It wasn't too expensive. It wasn't particularly cheap either, but it wasn't too expensive, and I think it's absolutely worth it. All right, questions are coming in. Let's take a look. Is it confirmed that Vital Hero is based on the Digivice V? Quite the opposite. The manual for the device talks about how it's got features similar to the original Vital Bracelet, not the Digivice V. It does have some things from the Digivice V, like sleep mode, so it appears to be an in-between, but I don't want to say anything for 100% certain until we actually see it come out, because Bandai's messaging and their manual have been contradicting each other, and it makes it very difficult to keep up with what exactly is happening there. So I don't want to say anything for sure yet, but it doesn't look like it'll be precisely the same thing. I'll be doing a full teardown and video of it when it comes out, going through every piece of the software, figuring out what's going on with it. Not truly a teardown. I'm not taking it apart, but I will be going through the whole thing and testing it out to see exactly how similar it is to each device. So we will see. If you need information on the differences, there is a page up. Just head over to digitamahatchery.com, and in the Vital Bracelet section, you will find a page specifically for the differences between each model of Vital Bracelet. So that is up to date with the most accurate information we have as of right now. I'd highly recommend consulting that for specifics. From all blue devices, which one do I love the most? So honestly, this guy, as far as just the blue coloring goes, that's a good question. I'm not sure. No, the Deep Savers. Pendulum Z, that's the one I like the most. Look of. Pull that out here. This guy is my absolute favorite actual colored device. I like everything about it. I like the more, like, how do I say, subdued blue that's going on around it. It's like very non-bright, while the rest of it is. Like, it's got, these are actually the exact buttons I would love to have on this guy. Like, yeah, that would look beautiful. I would love that. But yeah, this is my favorite like colored device, but this is my actual favorite device that is blue to run. So, and I like running both of them pretty well. But yeah, they're both good. I'll leave you here in the shot. Why not? All right, I just got here. What was the X-Wave 2 update? That there are boxes that have been updated, and yeah, I'm not going to go through the whole thing again. Scrub back. My videos do allow you to scrub backwards, so just head back to when you see the box appear on screen. You'll see it there. For face cams, fine. Yeah, agreed. Are we going to get the B or V, or dual V, I should say, in English, or just the DIMS? There are no plans whatsoever right now to bring the B or dual V over, which the dual V is just the B. There's no difference between those two devices other than color. So no, there's no plans for an English release of the B at the moment. They're only focusing on the Vital Hero. So yeah, I wouldn't expect to see that in English, but keep in mind as well that you should not buy it based on the language. You should buy it based on which one has the better features. The language is not a limiting factor in using those devices whatsoever. So go nuts. Just get the Japanese one. There's like 2 words in Japanese. That's it. So nothing to worry about if you don't know Japanese. Any cool red devices? Surprisingly, there's not that many. I've got a couple. Apart from the original brick, which is red, I've got the Pendulum X, which is a rather nice looking device, I'd say. I like the look of it, and it's got that red trim. My original one had the blue trim. I had the original blue trim with the orange buttons, but I gave that away when I was a kid because I didn't like this device very much. I still don't actually care for it very much. I like the way it looks a lot, but I like it more than I used to, at least. So, yeah, I don't run that one very much. And then I have my Excel Evil Genome, which has seen some days. I've had this thing for a long, long time, and that's where all the scratches came from. So the device itself, technically not red, but it does have the red faceplate going on, and I usually associate that one with its faceplate. So, yeah, there's some cool red devices out there. Are these English releases? This is an English release. Let's refocus there. This is actually English, in English, but not released in English, which the menus are all in I don't have a battery in it. Menus are in English, Japanese Digimon names, but still perfectly usable. But any of these 4 in the middle here can be bought in English from, if you're in the United States, from Amazon, and from wherever Digimon are sold elsewhere. Bandai contradicts themselves on Amazon. Oh yeah, they do. Absolutely. It's ridiculous. Wish Digimon V-Pets had stats. Some of them do. Pendulum Progress has stats. Digital Monster X has stats. There's not a whole bunch of them, but they are there. There's a few stats. And the Vital Bracelet is getting stats now. Like proper changing stats, as opposed to just static ones that they had before. The Progress and the Digital Monster X2 do have changing stats, which is pretty dang cool. Big Bad Toy Store has pre-orders up. There's a few places with pre-orders still up for the Digital Monster X2. Big Bad Toy Store is one of them. The other one is, I don't remember the name of it, but there's 1 or 2 others that I know have it that just keep changing the release date back 1 month every time the month ends. So they'd probably say releasing in August right now, whereas if you checked like 2 weeks ago, it would have said releasing in July. So they're just kind of permanently on pre-order there. It'll be out when it's out. And we like that. It'll be out when it's out. Pendulums or bricks? Pendulums, every time. Do I prefer the Silver X roster, or are you running it because it's blue? So, see, when you say Silver X roster, it's kind of confusing at this point. But XC roster with Gomamon X and Triceramon X and Okuamon X. Favorite roster of the Digital Monster X series, and that is why I'm running this. And it is blue because it's my favorite roster. Again, had I have gotten the original intention that they had, if I had gotten the red with the gold X like it is in Japanese, I would have swapped it to use this blue shell. So I would have had my favorite roster on my favorite shell. You can't stop me with that. Did you watch Digimon Navi from the Anime Expo? Yes, I did. They said many times Auto Hero is the same as V. Yes, they did. That lady contradicted herself more than once. And they also said that every dim is completely different from the Japanese versions, which it's not. We already know for fact that while Wolf Howl and Dinosaur Roar, both of them are different from anything released in Japan, Pulse City is exactly the same as Impulse City. No difference whatsoever. That's confirmed in the app. The other dims, the volumes 1, 2, and 3, they have not had any updates in the app whatsoever. So there's no reason to believe there's any difference between those either. So, yeah. Take Bandai's media with a grain of salt when it comes to stuff in the West. Their Japanese media is generally much more on top of things, but the English side of things kind of just guesses for the most part. After all, we did get, for a long time, when the Digital Monster X version 1 was coming out, they were showing Digimon from these devices on it, from the Digital Monster version 20th. You can't get those on there. Or they also made up the Digimon Mako Dramon one time, instead of calling it what it was, which was Razielmon. So, yeah. Unfortunately, as much as I'd like to say, like, stay tuned to Bandai of America and what they say, it's not always 100% accurate, so the only way to know for sure is to wait and see when it comes out. Any predictions to the 25th anniversary VPay? It's going to be one of these guys, probably. Probably a DM20. If it's not a DM20, it'll be a stripped-down DM20 that just has the version 1 egg on it. I'm not hopeful for it. I will probably still buy it because whatever, but I'm not hopeful for it. If it is a DM20, it might be the Revival again, because while we have been getting the original DM20 software on our English devices, the latest Japanese release is the Revival still for the Digital Monster version 20th, and they probably wouldn't go back beyond that. They'd probably just use whatever their latest software is. So it might be the Revival. Hard to say. Are all new VPets version 1C? They are versions 1C or 1... Oh, you're talking about these guys. No, 1C, 1A, E, and D. Yeah, so no B. It's all the 4 versions are A, C, D, E. Why can't I do the alphabet? Goodness, I tried it again and still fumbled. Yeah, which if you're not sure, head to Digitama Hatchery, click on the version exclusives page for the Digital Monster version 20th. You'll see exactly what versions they are right there. I love the Excel's design. Absolutely, me too. Just waiting for the X2 Gold to be back on Amazon soon. Apparently, Amazon or Bandai didn't know that the purple device was still being sold. People were asking in the questions, and Bandai's like, we don't know why this is here. This looks like a mistake. So, yeah, they apparently didn't know that was going to be there. But yeah, they will at some point be up again. All of them will. We just don't know precisely when yet. Yep. What was for supper? Nothing yet. We have a Chili's gift card, so we're probably gonna go to Chili's tonight because gift cards make meals cheaper. They just made up a Digimon. Technically two. There was Meikodramon. There was also Feral Meikumon, which they used the sprite for Flaremon for that one, for whatever reason. I know you said in the giveaway video you're not super interested in non-DGV pets, but did I say that? If I said that, I didn't mean it that way. I don't know what I specifically said. It's not that I'm not interested in non-Digimon V pets, that's for sure. I have a lot of them. So I have over here a big shelf of all my Digimon V pets, but in the other room I have all my non-Digimon ones, which include a plethora of Tamagotchi, a Dragon Quest Slime out of Kundesu, a couple of Pocket Pikachus, the original English one that I had as a kid, and then a Japanese color one that I got as an adult. And I've got a couple Mushi King, a Pox, if you know what those are, scanners, a lot of things. I've got a lot of random V-Pets apart from Digimon, so I do plan on making videos of other stuff as well, mixed in with other things, so yeah, expect me to talk about random V-Pets at least a couple times. Probably not like spotlight videos, just kind of like maybe like multiple in one episode, because I don't have a lot to say about them. I'm not an authority on those. I'm an authority on these. I can tell you everything about these, no problem. But if you ask me to tell you everything about a Mushi King, sorry, I can tell you it has cool bugs on it, but not much more. So I'll just do little videos to talk about those. To do best guess as to what the new brick is going to be. Color screen, backlight. Oh, I already talked about that a little bit, but I don't know. I don't see them using color or backlights because they want to keep it nostalgic and pandering to us fans, because apparently that's what they like to do. These are all bricks, and we buy them. So, yeah, I think it's just going to be more pandering. We'll see. Of all the Spirit Dims, which one do you think you'll enjoy running? Well, I don't like Frontier, but if I had to pick one... Gosh, that's a good question, because there's not really one that's like specifically aquatic themed because of the way the spirits are laid out. I really don't know. I really don't know which one I would like the most. I'll have to wait and see on that one. I don't got a good answer there very much yet. I haven't really focused on them a lot, to be honest with you. I put them all in the guide and then completely forgot about them. I don't even know when they're coming out. Is it September? I think it's September. How is the V3 dim set coming out before the whatever? I'm not going to focus on that right now. I meant for the channel. I may have just submitted. Oh yeah. I might have said that if making videos, but I'm not gonna say I'm entirely opposed to the idea. I definitely think it could be fun. I've got a lot of requests for it. I have been reading every request that's been coming in, and I'm gonna be keeping like a log of how many times specific requests are added to that video, to the giveaway video. So if people really want something enough, I might do it. I'm not gonna make any promises on that. Some of the requests, it's like, no, thank you. We'll see what things I actually do. If you can pick second color, aka shells and frames for X3, what do I pick? Well, we already got a good blue one for this, and there's already a blue X3, so I can't say blue. But I would say, let's see. I think we need an orange one, like a translucent orange, if they can do that. I think that would be cool. We have the translucent orange DM20. I think that orange is a very underrepresented color when it comes to Digimon, and I think that's always a nice one to add around. But actually, no. I would rather... Green is what I'd most want. Translucent green, translucent orange. There we go. Easy peasy. Because that would give us translucent blue and yellow, translucent red and purple, translucent orange and green. That's all 6 Infinity Stones. That's all I need. I just need all the X devices as Infinity Stones. That would be perfect. I would love that. There's not really a... Yeah, there's not one series that I have right now that has them all. Between the DM20 and the DMX, you could almost get the Infinity Stones with DM20, but there's no translucent red. So I kind of have to sneak in the red X to do that one. So, is that a dumb reason to want it? Maybe, but it's my reason, so whatever. What else we got here? Oh, someone's tired. Very nice. There's a version of it in Yakuza. Yes, because Yakuza is Sega and Mushi King is Sega. So they kind of spread that around. It was a big arcade game. I believe it had it had an anime for a while. Mushi King was everywhere, but the only part of it that I really care about is the virtual pet. I haven't looked into anything else from it. Oh, congratulations on your first device there, Jag. That's exciting. Thoughts on the passing of Kazuki Takahashi? Always a bummer when someone that notable dies. I'm not a big Yu-Gi-Oh person myself. I definitely spent some time with it as a kid. I watched the abridged series as an adult, but I never got way into it. But regardless, brilliant individual who made something really cool and long-lasting. So definitely will be missed. By the way, currently at 9.99. Fantastic. That is exciting. Will there be a B page under the Vital Bracelet section of the DH site? There will not be a B specific page, but there is the differences page at least still. So that's there to tell you the differences because the overall gameplay is roughly the same. I'll update the manual to account for some B specific mechanics as well. But as far as the evolution guides it goes, it's all going to be under the same stuff. Why is Frontier so disliked dismissed? I always thought the Spirit concept was cool. I'm fine with the Spirit concept. I just think it's a dreadful show to watch. I just don't care for it. It's just the way that the story is told is not my deal. Is not my jam. So, if you like it, that's fine. Think more appealing colors than just green, like a violet or cyan. I'm also down for a cyan. Like I'm big into the light blue. That's how my logo is and everything. The exact color of my logo is like my favorite blue. That's 33AAFF. That's my hex code, and I love it. I chose my hex code specifically so I could do it also as a short code for 3AF in case, just to make it easier for me to remember, to be honest with you. And yeah, I like that color. Wonder if to change the X color for the X3. Great question. My joke has continued to be that they first did red and blue X's, then gold and silver X's. So next we should see ruby and sapphire X's. And yeah, it's a dumb joke, but I will always repeat it. Thanos plays with VPETs confirmed. Absolutely. What Digimon Bond I need to do is make a VPET use dim cards. It's been a lot of people had come up with that. I am mixed on it, on the idea. Just because, I don't know, some of the Vital Bracelet sprites are kind of wonky, and I don't want to keep that going. As of late, they've been really good, but they started off pretty rough. Like, some of those sprites are just bad, man. What is your prize Digimon VPET? My original ones. My original ones will always be my prize ones. So this guy right here, my very first digital monster ever, probably my most prized, and then after that my original pendulum Deep Sabers. Both of them are like my two favorite devices. In fact, here, I'll grab that one too. This jar. There you are. There he is. That guy. Got this, I think 2006, 2007 is when I got this, when I finally had a job and could pay to buy my own VPETs and realized I could just import them. I didn't really understand that concept much as a kid, but yeah, I definitely love this thing. It's a little broken. The contacts don't actually work on it, but still love it. I can't raise it because I can't get past adult without the contacts working. But yeah, so these two are my most prized because they're my originals. They're what got me into Digimon VPETs in general. This one in 1987 and this one after I reignited my love of VPETs with my Tamagotchi connection. That'd be my other most prized one, is my V1 Tamagotchi connection that I got in high school, my freshman year, after I stopped liking Digimon. It brought me back. Are you getting the black metal watch? I am not. I am happy with my white one, and the black one doesn't even come with more metals or anything new or different. It's just black, so don't need it. I'm good. Why is Frontier not like his no Digimon partners? So some people definitely don't like it because of the lack of partners. That's not why I don't like it. I just literally don't care for a lot of the characters and the way the story is told is really how it is for me. But the no partner thing I think was fine. Like, it didn't bother me as a kid, but it did, I don't know. Again, even as a, how old was I, like 12, 13? 12. Even as a 12-year-old, I'm like, this is kind of dumb. Yeah, sorry, I don't mean to say it like that. If you like it, you like it. It's fine. People like what they like. It's just not what I like. So, is there any Digimon that has never been in any VPET? So Mushimon was my most wanted, and that's actually coming to the Vital Bracelet now. Technically, it was kind of in a VPET with the Wonder Swan, but in a true like handheld device, it hasn't been. So I'd still like to see it on a classic VPET style device, but I'm happy it's finally getting recognized. It's one of my it's one of those classic designs that's just really, really good. Had a translucent orange device shaped as an OG. Oh yeah, I have that same one right over here. Where are you? Oh, no I don't. Because I don't keep Digivices in that drawer. Digivices are kept in the other room, so I'm not going to get it. But the one you're talking about, yes, I've got that exact one. It's the one I had. It's not the one I had as a kid, but it is the same one that I had as a kid, as in the same type, the orange color. I gave away my original one, after Frontier, because Digimon Frontier made me not like Digimon anymore, and it made me sell most of my Digimon stuff in a garage sale. Oh man, if I can go back in time. Oh, sold so much stuff that day. Yeah, it's a good little device. It's cute. It makes me nostalgic. Honestly, it's also better than the Japanese version. Don't let people lie to you about that. The Japanese version of the original Digivice is not as interesting as the American version, because the American version has slots and cards, and that's better. So, just saying. In fact, the original Japanese version didn't even have Tailmon on it, now that I think of it, as a partner. So, American version's first version did. It's just superior, but not more. It's not better than the version 15th or version complete, though. Those are definitely the best ones. Dio, you're very welcome. Thank you, thank you. Is it hard to change cases from the bricks? Not at all. If you watch my unboxing of this device right here, you can see the general process, like from start to finish. Definitely check that out. It's still up on my channel. So if you're not sure of how difficult it is, just watch that. Very, very straightforward to do. Hello, Sandiramon. Hello. Least favorite VV sprite, Parrotmon. Easy. It's Parrotmon. It's just, there's nothing worse than Parrotmon sprite. Parrotmon is such a great Digimon. I love Parrotmon, and its sprite is just awful on the Vital Bracelet. Absolutely terrible. So, yes, that's an easy answer right there. We even have a emote for that. Thank you, Ray, our mod on the server, for pointing out Bandai's terrible spriting, because, yeah, it's ridiculous. Do I think Metabots should return? Absolutely. Metabots is in a weird place outside Japan right now, and I'd love to see that get all fixed and see more Metabot stuff. This is the day and age where I have an Optimus Prime downstairs that can transform by itself. We can make real Metabots if we can do that, so I think that would be sick. I would love that. Having one off of Tamers, I feel like Frontier. Well, yeah, Tamers is a hard act to follow, 100%. Could I give your husband a shout out? Absolutely. Hello, Random Couch. How are you doing tonight? Data Link was your first device. I accidentally got a Data Link device because when I ordered it, it was branded as the Digivice IC, and I got it, and I'm like, doesn't feel right. And I looked into it, and I'm like, yeah, no, this is a Data Link, not a Digivice IC. So I accidentally have a Data Link. I did not mean to buy one. But it's cool. I'm glad I do have it, at least. Have I tried to fix the contacts on my pendulum? Absolutely I have, and I've been unsuccessful so far. I'm not great with electronics overall. These devices are especially complex as far as my understanding goes. So I've tried messing around with some of the stuff inside, taking it apart. I hate taking this thing apart so much because it's got that pendulum in it. Hear that? Hear that little thing? That thing is freaking awful to put back together, especially on the old devices. It's not fun. So I could try again now that I know a little bit more than I used to, but I don't know. I did take the back off not too long ago just to see if I could see anything wrong, and I don't see anything wrong. I really don't. I don't know what it is, and it could just be like one of the parts that powers that piece just is broken, and I don't even know how to look into that. So I have another Deep Savers device that I bought to replace this one for actual running, so I'm not entirely screwed with it, but yeah, that'd be cool if I could fix it someday. Did I at least get a good price for it all? Are you kidding? It was garage sale. Probably not. I probably sold that crap for nothing. I'd be surprised if I made $50. I sold an original Digivice, the D-Power, Detector, and like 200 Digimon figures, like the little ones that came in the little packs of 5. Sold all that day, and I guarantee I got almost nothing for it. I did keep my D3, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I couldn't sell it or if I just really liked it as a kid. I don't know, but I still have my original D3. It's getting yellow and gross. Maybe I should probably try to restore it someday. What are my thoughts on a device that connects to games somehow? I mean, I love them. I helped develop a game for these things. With the online project, I helped do a lot of the code converting mechanics that are used not only in Alpha Terminal, but in Digimon World as well. So I think the idea of a VPEC connecting the game is great. It's I'd love to see an official version of it happen. They had somewhat of a something for it back in the day in Korea, but I don't know how widely it was used. So, but either way, I would love to see more of that. Oh yeah, Ritz is familiar with selling a bunch of crap too. Yeah, kids are dumb. Mine's probably been in a storage box. Nice. It's like Mega Man stuck in Gotcha Heck, of course. Of course. What's up, Traxtel? Nice to see you, man. Oh, Random Couch is doing wonderfully. Good to hear. Good to hear. Applying it has a place outside Japan. It might. I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. I think it could do well. I think it's one of those series that probably wasn't super popular when it came out, but has its followers and could see at least decent success out this way in some way or the other. What happens when you have all three of the SCS? I have no idea. I've got no clue. I'm not getting that device. I don't care about CSA devices, even though that one is definitely the most impressive one they've ever made. Absolutely. It's very nice. Much nicer than the others. Still don't care. What if we have time travel to your future and end up selling them to yourself? I mean, listen, that'd be fine. If I sold them myself, whatever. I guarantee whoever I sold them to didn't care about them as much as I do now. Is Alpha Terminal worth getting into? So our community has kind of dwindled a little bit, mostly because we stopped, well, a few reasons, but part of it is we stopped doing tournaments, which they were kind of getting less and less attendance. So there's not a lot of that, but Digimon World is still got a pretty good following. I'd recommend getting into that, checking out. That's World with a 0 instead of an O on it. I think it's a lot of fun. It really shows off how freaking cool this this community is, because the people that are the main drivers in that project, they're just, I'm just so impressed with what they've done with it. So I think that's worth looking into, at least jumping on for a few times. Bondi's really sleeping on the idea of an actual game. Yeah, definitely. Never screwed up my pendulum with its version change of Pen 20. It is easy to do. Absolutely. I take out my pendulums from most devices now. Like this guy right here, shaking it, nothing. So I take them out a lot of the times now. My main Pen 20 still has it in there because I was really just wanted to put in the extra work and make it authentic. But these days I just don't care. If I could take out the pendulum, I take out the pendulum. Recently bought the Wonder Swan just for the VPET game. It is way cool. If you don't have an OG device to link, nice thing is, you probably have an ACOM or a DCOM. Those work with it. Those do work with the Wonder Swan game. So make sure to check that out. If you have more friends, it's a cool way to get them into it. Absolutely. It's very flashy. It's one of the more flashy things in the Digimon community to get people into. It's like, yeah, check it out. You can go to this online game with your VPET. It's really cool. Remember when your D3 broke within a week? And you got it. The D terminal instead. Well, you gotta have both. That's the problem. But yeah, I think the D terminal has a lot of fun stuff on it. I had both. I liked connecting them together and unlocking the secret stuff on it. Would you sell a spring? Like for like one of the modern pendulum devices? Honestly, probably. I don't know. I don't know. I'd have to think about it. Ask me again later. I do keep them. I've got them all there. I just you know, if I get rid of one and I don't have it anymore, and that's always. But I don't need it. I don't know. I got to think about that one because it's one of those deals where, sure, it sounds good at first, but you never know if you might regret it. So, Greymon pooped. That's fine. He needs to die anyway. How old is this jerk? 13 years old, 99 pounds. As you can see, I kind of lost motivation to continue helping him out with life after he chose not to evolve into Metal Greymon. I got you 15 battles as a child, 15 as an adult, and you're all like, nah, I'm good. Just gonna live out my life like this. Weird little pudgy dinosaur. You'll have everyone and their mother begging. How many people want pendulum springs? Maybe I shouldn't open that can of worms. You're right. Shout out to Can of Worms on the Disney Channel back in 2001, 2002. When did Can of Worms come out? Great movie. Everyone go open up Disney Plus and go watch Can of Worms tonight. How many devices do I run at a time? Usually, at least one most of the time. 2 is comfortable, and I'll do 3 sometimes. I did 3 last week because I wanted to start up this guy for the 25th anniversary, and I was already running this in my Pen 20. After my Pen 20 got to the end of its current run, I put that on ice and just focused on these 2, and now I'm just focusing on this one at the moment. So I fluctuate between 1 and 2 most days. Get back to my old... Oh yeah. It's always fun finding old devices. Does battery drain when you press the reset button and leave it like that? It drains a little bit, yes, but not very much. Very, very minimal battery drain. Almost want like another Vital or 2. Well, wait for the B to come out at least, because then you can get that one. So, Favorite Digimon console game? None of them. My favorite Digimon game is version Wonder Swan on the Wonder Swan, and that's a handheld. I guess if you want to say handheld console, then sure. But I don't like most Digimon games, and it'll be very interesting because I will be streaming Survive when it comes out, as well as a special guest star will be joining me, and we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I don't much care for Digimon games because I'm not an RPG guy. I'm an action adventure kind of guy. If I'm not running around a map and slashing things with a sword, then or shooting things with a Samus cannon, you know. I want 3 of each. Full straight enthusiasm. Just have like 9 devices all up your arm. That'd look beautiful. What's the Wonder Swan game like? It's this, like exactly this. It is literally just an emulator, basically. Not an emulator because it's not like actually emulating anything, but it's designed to function exactly like the original 4 versions of the Virtual Pet. And as a kid, this is the only one I got my hands on. The version 2 allegedly released in America, but I didn't get one. So I only had the version 1. But when I found out there was a game that had 4 versions of it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I want that. So I imported the Southeast Asia version of the Wonder Swan and its game. So I was fortunate enough that I actually got the game in English. And this would have been 2001, buying this random thing off of eBay. I don't even know how I found out about it. How did I find out about it? I've remembered before, and I've forgotten again. I don't remember. But either way, yeah, I got that off of eBay. My parents must have been like, what the heck is this eBay thing? And why are we giving our son our credit card to use it? But thankfully they trusted me. Yeah, so it was a great way for me to get all the virtual pets without having to actually get all the virtual pets. And yeah, it was a ton of fun. Play Digimon World 4. That is a hack and slash dungeon crawler is not the same thing as an action adventure game. Don't try to trick me. I know your ploys. You don't even like Digimon World 1. So here's the thing. I'll tell you about that. I bought Digimon World 1 very recently because I do intend to actually stream it. I have played it for a maximum of 5 minutes at a time, and that's as far as I've gotten because, I don't know, something about it does not click with me. And I want to give it a full shot. I want to play it all the way through, see how I really feel about it. Because I actually did kind of enjoy Digimon World Next Order. But just the raising part of it. Once I had to start out and start doing things, I'm like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. But I want to see how I do with the original Digimon World. I want to give it a fair shot and actually see for myself. So we'll see how that goes. You selling out to Pokemon to be a Poketuber? I do play more Pokemon games than I do Digimon games, that's for certain. I don't... That's not to say I play a lot of them anymore. I was big into Pokemon as a kid, that's for sure. But these days, I'm somewhat excited about Scarlet and Violet. It looks more up my alley than the previous games have been. I liked X and Y a lot. I really did. I know I'm in the minority for saying that, but I very much enjoyed X and Y. So, but apart from that, I haven't played a whole lot of them. I played Sun and Moon all the way through. Kind of forgettable to me, except for Vikavolt. I love that thing. That is a beautiful design. And Galissapod, that game had some good flipping bugs in it. I will tell you right now. I never played Platinum or Diamond all the way through. I barely touched the Gen 3 games at all. The game I like to play the most is Crystal Clear, the ROM hack for Pokemon Crystal. And I think that is one of the best Pokemon games that there is. Heart Gold and Soul Silver are great too, but especially if you want to use the Pokewalker, which you gotta use the Pokewalker with that. So yeah, I'm not super into most Pokemon games, but I have a few that I enjoy every now and then to play. And yeah, we'll see how Scarlet and Violet is. Also, sorry for blaspheming and talking about Pokemon on a Digimon stream. Oh my gosh, a sleeve mount for all those Vital bracelets. That would be ridiculous. Enjoy Monster Hunter Rise? No, I don't enjoy mission-based boss battle games, which Monster Hunter is. If you are giving me specific tasks to do in a video game that will take me to a specific part of the world, and then I do that and then return to base, nope. I have a very... Listen, as I don't know how many of you are at the age I'm at. I'm 33 right now. And after a while, you start realizing, well, some people do. Some people, this never happens to some people. But after a while, I realized, for myself at least, I don't like every video game. And I'm going to focus on just the ones that really fit my specific type of gameplay loop. And that is, to give you an idea of it, I like Zelda games. I like Metroid games. I like Castlevania games following the Symphony of the Night model. And any game like unto them. Big open world adventure games are also my thing. Love Horizon Zero Dawn. Love God of War, which that one's not open world really. It's got a map you can explore. Open world's a dumb definition anyway. Just games where you explore a map and hit things, and you progress mostly by exploration. That's a big thing for me, is that I like to progress because I am going to a place of my own decision, and it's fun. It's really fun for me to do that. So, yeah. Monster Hunter Rise, unfortunately, not my thing. Which Vital Bracelet B will you be getting? Getting the one that I want to use is the Gray Anniversary Edition. A lot of people don't like the way it looks. I'm not saying I particularly do either, but I just want to get it because it looks so ridiculous, and you know, it's nostalgic. Whatever. I'm lame that way, so I'll get that, and I'll probably get at least one of the clear colors. Probably not going to pick up the Digivice Dual V unless that's the only way to get the stupid Gamamon BE memory. We'll see. Whichever ones I need to get to be able to review everything properly is about what that answer boils down to. Let's see. There we go. Doop. Favorite place to get fried chicken? That would be Zaxby's. Actually, is it Zaxby's? Zaxby's is one of my favorite places. That's chicken strips specifically. If you're talking like straight up fried chicken, then it's just Publix. Publix has good fried chicken. But Zaxby's is one of my favorite, like, because they got the good sauce. I love Zaxby's sauce a lot. So just for that alone, there's a lot of good ones out there. We got PDQ out this way. That's really good. We have, what's that other one? We've got a bar around here, a bar chain called Ale House that has these like really great chicken fingers where they chop them up as well and put them in different dishes, including this macaroni and cheese. And it's like the most delicious thing ever. If you've got a Ale House near you, check that out. That place is freaking great. Nice little bar and grill. Does it have VMon? I don't know what that was questioning before, so I don't know if what you're asking had VMon on it. Maybe. Yeah. Oh, is the Wonder Swan? No, the Wonder Swan version did not have VMon because the anime wasn't a thing yet when that game was made. The only thing that was a thing was the Pendulum version 1 had just come out, and so that got included on there as well. So it's versions 1 through 4 and Pendulum version 1. But yeah, it had no anime influence whatsoever. It was separate from that. Does it got to get a screen protector? I just let fate decide what my screens will look like. I don't worry too much about them, as you can tell from this guy. But if you're worried about it, if you think that'll bug you, yeah, get a screen protector. They're not scratch resistant in the slightest whatsoever. Next order's fun. Wish I had a better story. I wish I had better voice acting, that's for sure. But again, I enjoyed the raising mechanic at least. I had a lot of fun with that, getting up through everything. I never beat it, but I enjoyed at least messing around. Next order feels like raising twins. Yeah, definitely. Oh, where'd everything go? Everything bumped up. There we go. The opposite with World. The exploration was great, but raising too finicky. Okay, well, we'll see how I feel about it. Oh, man. Can't deny Pokemania back when it first hit. Oh, no, you cannot. It was in full force where I was. That is for certain. I went to Media Play and did a little Pokemon event there where I battled against other people's cartridges. You know, we had the link cable and everything. And one kid there had a Game Shark, so they'd given themselves all level 255 Pokemon and obviously beat everyone else. It wasn't really like a moderated tournament. It's just people just connecting to each other and battling and seeing what happened. It was just a free-for-all. But that guy also Game Sharked himself a Mew, and that's where I got my first Mew from, was from a Media Play in South Atlanta, Georgia, from some random kid who had a Game Shark, and I loved that Mew. I'd like to make you a sandwich one day. Well, that's a strange request, but I do like sandwiches. My boss right in internship introduced me to the DM20. That is a great, boss. Holy cow, that's fantastic. Oh, good. Someone else loved X and Y. I can never play Pokemon games ever again. I lost patience for it. I honestly have to. Again, not big RPG guy in general, so I see a lot of RPGs where I'm like, oh man, I love that concept. And then I'm like, I play it for 4 hours, and I'm like, all right, done with that forever. Which, you know, not many RPGs can be played in 4 hours. So, do you think they should canonize some of the burst modes from the Excel? Yes, every single one, especially Marine and Digimon. Absolutely. What's some of my favorite games? I basically already listed that, I guess. If I didn't, then tell me again. But yeah, my favorite game of all time, I'll at least say that, Metroid Prime on the Wii specifically. Played the GameCube version when it first came out. Didn't care for it because I was way more used to mice for shooting, you know, PC stuff. But when the Wii version came out, I actually really liked the pointer controls. I thought that was great. Worked really well for me. And so Metroid Prime on the Wii, favorite game of all time. Absolutely. That's my ideal. And tips for World. I'm not reading any tips for World. Absolutely not. I gotta go in as blind as possible. I wanna really fail. That's the goal, is to fail as hard as I can. Oh my gosh, this is going on for so long. I didn't mean it for it to be this long. Zaxby's is good, so is Oh yeah, I do like Bojangles too. Bojangles is a good one. I don't think we have any around here. So I don't know when the last time I had a Bojangles was. When would that have been? Raising Cane's. I've had that out west too. Or no, Chicago. I had Raising Cane's last time I was in Chicago. That's another good one. Do you think they're going to release all the Japanese DIM cards in English? No, I definitely do not think they'll do that. Absolutely not. I think they will release a select few of them. Which ones those would be, I would lean towards the Ghost Game ones and maybe some of the other anime-inspired ones, but I wouldn't expect all the DIM cards to come out in English. But no, by no means. Especially if they choose to branch out from Digimon as well and do other franchises, which they probably will. Vital Hero probably won't be just Digimon. Oh, excuse me. Won't be just Digimon, it'll be several things, so... Yeah, I don't expect them to get every single DIM card out there. Are you a Vital Hero? No, I am not. I am a Vital Zero. I gotta, you know, go through that whole training montage that Hercules did in Hercules, so I can go 0 to hero. All right, what else we got here? You guys are talkative tonight. Goodness. Dual V looks cool too. I'm just not big into red. I think it looks fine. I it's certainly not offensive looking by any means, but I just don't really want a red device too much. Ancient Warriors need to re-release. There's a few DIMs that need to have a separate release, that's for sure. Miller's Ale House, that's the one. Love that thing. Next Order's raising is kind of chaotic. Focus on one mon. That's fair. It can be difficult to keep up with both the Next Order. I'm not gonna lie. It's you definitely. It's a weird dynamic. It is a weird dynamic. Did somebody already ask about another wave of X2s? So if you go back to the beginning of the video, just as you scrub through, you'll find pictures of the X2 boxes. Go to that section, watch that. You'll see more details about that. Pokemon simplistic turn-based combat. Mystery dungeons are good though. Yeah, it is very simple. I think that's part of why I like it, and just because I really like some of the Pokemon designs. They're cute. I like all the turtles that they have. They have so many turtles, so many bugs. There's a lot of good stuff out there. Been playing Pokemon since the beginning, and I always get the feeling to play X and Y in the fall. That's interesting. Well, it did release in the fall, at least. It released the day that my wife and I got married, actually. It released on our wedding day. And one of our friends got it for us as a wedding gift, and we ended up playing it on our honeymoon while we were on a cruise ship. So it's a very special game for us. We very much enjoyed getting to do that experience together, just lounging out and just playing Pokemon. It's great. I want Seraphimon Burst Mode. Yeah, he's that's on the yeah, that's on there. That's on the XL. That'd be a good one to canonize. Playing World Blind is the best. I'll take your word for it. I'll hold you to that. We'll see how it actually goes when I do it. We will see. Snow tips for Digimon World. You will suffer. No tips. Yes, no tips. Snow tips. Modern Pokemon has lost its way since they abandoned Mega Evolution. That is such a true statement. Bring back Mega Evolution. Getting Mega Blastoise was freaking awesome. I loved that. All the other Megas, I liked Mega Evolution. That was such a fun concept. Why do they drop concepts so frequently? Imagine a Juko B-Fighter, Kabuto B-Fighter. I'm assuming that's a Kamen Rider thing, and I don't know anything about Kamen Rider, even though I should. I feel like I'm like the only person in the Digimon fandom that doesn't know everything about Kamen Rider. I know Big Bad Beetleborg, and that's basically the same thing, right? Big Bad Beetleborgs. Actually, is that the same thing? Is that related to Kamen Rider somehow? Now I'm interested. Got lucky with Ancient Warriors Dim. Very nice, very nice. What do these Wave 4 have different? Nothing different. Same devices. Nothing special about them whatsoever. So I think I'm going to call it a night with that. We're going to close things off here. So, oh, it really was based on those two series. Interesting. Oh man, I gotta watch that then. Okay, thank you for the tip. I'm gonna watch that. It's part of the Metal Heroes franchise. Neat. All right, cool. So I'm going to look into that more, apparently, more into Big Bad Beagle boards. Yeah, it's version 20. It's the same as the version 20th. And yeah, so that's going to be it for now. I will obviously update on the Discord as soon as we know more about when those X version 2s are actually going to drop. If you haven't picked up yourself a Wave 4 DM20 yet, then you probably don't want one, and that's fine. It's the same device. You don't need to buy another one. But if you like these colors, they are available now. They're up on Amazon, obviously. You can check them out there. And yeah, the Vital Bracelet B, we should be getting more news about that very soon. At the very latest, on the 29th of July, is when we'll be knowing more details for sure. So expect a video around then. And yeah, if something else happens between now and then, I'll let you know. And everyone, have a wonderful evening, and I will talk to you next time. Bye!